On the front here, you got 2 cartridges. There's another one of these yellow ones that would go on the other side here. The ones we carry on the road are black. This is a training cartridge. It does the same thing as the ones that would live. It's a little cheaper for us to purchase for demonstration purposes like this. This gun will send out about 50,000 volts. All right, high voltage, low amperage. What it does is it blocks the communication. When your brain tells the muscle to move, like my arm, I'm moving up and down, my brain is sending an electrical signal through my spine, out my arm, telling my muscles to move. What this does is confuses that electrical signal that goes from my brain to my muscle and doesn't allow me to move my arm willingly anymore. So when the voltage is applied, I can't talk to my muscles and tell them what to do, fight, resist, hurt police officers, hurt somebody else that I'm engaged in a fight with. Once this turns off, every pull of the trigger will give you 5 seconds of electricity coming out of this gun. All right. The barbs on here are like fish hooks. If anybody's ever seen a fish hook, it has a little catch on it. So when it goes in, it'll stay in until it's pulled out with force. That's so if somebody's running away or rolling around in the ground afterwards, it doesn't come out inadvertently, and then we have to go hands-on with them. What these do is help prevent officer injury, okay? They're very, very safe. There's been no proven deaths directly to the taser, all right? There's been no proven any injuries besides possibly falling, scuffs, things like that. Once it's shut off, you're done. You pull the probes out, put some Band-Aids over it, you're good to go. When officers use pepper spray, if it's in your house, if it's in your car, if it's in a confined space, that pepper spray will be there for hours, hours, and hours. Even the next day, you can come back and touch something that pepper spray went on, touch your skin, and you're going to start crying again like a little baby. That's why we go to the tasers and we prefer them. Because it's quick, it's over, it's done, and their cleanup is very easy.
Ready to go.
On these tasers, we have 2 lasers for aiming. There's also regular sights on top, just like a regular gun for aiming. The leads go out about 25 feet. For every 4 feet that this goes out, the barbs will separate for 1 foot. All right? So if I aim at somebody's chest, this area right around here, they're about 5-6 feet away. The next dart's going to be down here, and so on. We try to aim for large muscle groups, so the big ones between the legs, on the back, and the behind. All right? Again, what it does is it locks up, doesn't let my brain tell my muscles what to do anymore. So the officer can come in and safely handcuff me. While the voltage is being applied, an officer can come in, as you'll see with our demonstration. 2 people will be holding this person so they don't fall and hurt themselves today. They feel nothing. The only time anybody walking up to somebody getting tased will feel something is if a dart is here and a dart is here and you put your hand in between it. You will feel something, okay? It's not going to be as incapacitating as being shot with it, but you'll feel it in your arm. I'm not going to tell because people are going to do that, but 9-volt batteries, if your parents know what about them, they can tell you how to kind of feel what it feels like to get this with a 9-volt battery. So again, low amperage, high voltage, cuts off thing. We have our volunteer this year, Cheryl Lynn. She's busy talking. There she comes. Is it Cheryl Lynn? Shooting the taser today, we have Officer Robert Dubinsky. He's a certified taser training instructor. Another thing I didn't mention with these is because they have those 2 cartridges, if we have 2 people fighting, I can shoot this into one of them and shoot the other one into the other, and they can both drop for me. And then I can select back and forth which one decides to not make good decisions and give them some more. So we got our holders, Dennis Lynn, which would be her husband.
Here, Joey, we're going to go
over here. Dennis Lynn. And we got Detective Katie Hall, who's also going to help holding today. Hold on 1 second. All right. Everybody ready to watch this? Do I have any volunteers that want to take their place? I got one guy back there. Yeah, I'll sign you up next year. All right. And we'll put it on to Officer Dubinsky here. So even though that seems long, that was 5 seconds. If Officer Dubinsky would pull the trigger one more time, it would give her another 5 seconds. If he'd push the button on the side of the... We're going to let that take her out. I'm not sure how well this will arc. Alright, so right here you can barely see this, looks like fish wire up against me. That's about 25 feet long. Alright, so we can shoot somebody 25 feet out. Alright, I think we had a rescue call go out, so some people went out there. On these you can see the fish hooks coming out the tip of these. These ones are about half the length of the ones we carry on the road because they're for training purposes. On them you can see, I'm going to bring a blown up picture next year, I swear. I always say this every year, I'm going to bring one. I'll bring one next year. You can see the little fish hooks on there. Alright, one more big round of applause for Cheryl. As you can see on the back of her, a little blood, but that's all she's got right there is that little round spot. We'll put a Band-Aid on that and she'll be good. Every time, if you buy a commercial or a consumer grade Taser, by law, I just dropped it, by law, it sends out little pieces of confetti. On that confetti is the serial number for that Taser cartridge. So if you buy one and go to Gander Mountain, buy yourself a Taser, and use it to rob the local BP gas station or Citco, and you tase the clerk, I can track it right back to you. There's no way that you're going to pick up every one of these at that gas station because it sends about 100 of them out. And if you do take the time to spend to pick them up, I'm going to be there before you leave. So, by all means, go ahead and pick them up and try. Alright? Because that'll make my job a lot easier and Detective Hall's job a lot easier. But every Taser, by law, has to have those inside of them and disperses them when they get shot. And then every Taser cartridge is sold is tracked. How do you feel?
Good.
Are you still, can you move? Is there any impairment? Alright. See, if this was pepper OC spray, everybody in this front row would still be tearing up, blowing their noses, and sobbing like little babies. With the Taser, confined. Alright. One more round of applause for Cheryl.